Welcome back to the layout, everybody. This is just a quick video on what's happening on the layout. So we've been doing more ballast work up here, coming along. This area is pretty well ballasted. All we got left is that industry back there and down to the Helix. And talking about the Helix, we had a mishap on that Helix yesterday, and my son just got a new Rapido engine, just got it in on Thursday, and he unpacked it and started running it, and he ran it with a tank train, and as it was coming down here, something happened and it fell off the Helix right onto that board. Thank God that board was there. If that board wasn't there, it would have been on the floor and in a million pieces. But with that board being there, the damage wasn't as bad as it could have been. He lost a couple of tank cars. One tank car is completely destroyed because it went on the ground, and then a couple other ones got some minor damage, but it's repairable. So I think it's wise to say that the first loop right up to where these braces are, I'm going to have to put some guards up. So I think we're going to do that as soon as possible before I do any more ballasting up here. So that's one thing that happened. And then the other thing, we had a flood upstairs. For some reason one of the taps didn't want to stop, and it overflowed the sink, and water came down right on here. It all got soaked, so the ballast came up. I just redid it. We had water down here on the track, on the cars, and also in the Helix over here we had water damage. So all that has to be redone, so before the layout can run again, that has to be fixed. And I fixed the tap, or fixed the reason why we had the flood. So thank God nothing happened up here. There was some water over here, but nothing too crazy. There was some on the floor, so really nothing happened up here, which is a good thing. I would have been really ticked off if something happened up here. So I added these trees here representing pine trees that are sick and they're dying. So these two here, and nothing else really, except a couple of more telephone poles were added. Again, these poles up in here are just placed in. They are not secured down. There'll be minor adjustments made on these telephone poles. So like I said, they're not down all the way. They're just placed in to give me a little bit more scenery. And this is the victim of the fall. So the plow came off, fuel tank, and also the back end over here. See if I can focus this in. the back end. I think she landed over here on this portion. So smashed up the coupler and smashed up the back end of it. So that's the damage. And we've been pissing around, or there's a better picture of what happened to the locomotive. See, the back end here is all pushed over. So we're going to send it back and see what happens. Then the other thing is we've been working on some locomotives on the THMB's roster to see if we can get some running, because I've had issues. I've got burnt out decoders, so those two are running fine. This CP is running. This one is, I don't know, something's wrong with it. It goes, then it stops, it goes and it stops. I checked to clean the wheels, cleaning tracks, still doing that. Then we have this one, THMB 403, which is an Atlas. It's running fine. So that's about all that's been happening on the layout. And as always, let's watch some trains run.